Hello everybody and welcome back to Matthaei at Home. I'm Megan and today we'll be making 2 different kinds of bird feeders from recycled materials. As we reach the middle of summer here in Michigan, the world around us is absolutely brimming with action. It not only looks way different than it did last winter, but it sounds different too. When you step outside, you can hear the buzz of hundreds of different insects, from crickets to cicadas. The birds have been really busy lately too, and if you get outside early enough, you can hear them singing in the morning. As birds and bugs make their way through the world just doing their own thing, from finding food to making homes, they are also helping us humans out a great deal. Animals like bees, butterflies, birds, and even bats are all really important pollinators, which means that they assist plants in their ability to produce flowers, make seeds, and grow fruits. Birds are also really important seed dispersers, which means that they help move seeds around the world so that plants can grow in new spaces and not right on top of their parent plants. So, to say a big thank you to the birds for all the hard work they do in helping keep the natural world around us functioning, we're going to make 2 different kinds of bird feeders today. The first kind of bird feeder that we make is going to be perfect for birds who love seeds, and the second kind will be perfect for birds who love nectars, like hummingbirds. So let's just jump right into things and make our first bird feeder. Lots of backyard birds love to eat seeds, which is really great because that is an important trait that allows them to help with seed dispersal. Seed dispersal is really important because all plants need space to grow. Seed dispersal helps... Whoa! Hi, baby! Okay. Where was I? Gosh. Seed dispersal is important because all plants need space to grow. And dispersal allows these seeds to move far away from their parent plants and find that space. Birds help disperse seeds in a number of ways. When seed-eating birds perch on plants to eat some seeds from them, sometimes they'll drop some onto the ground, which helps them get into the soil. Otherwise, birds might also bring seeds back into their nest to eat and drop some along the way, depositing seeds on their flight. Other seeds will get stuck on the feathers of birds as they forage and then fall off in new places when the birds decide to preen themselves, which is to say to clean themselves. This is all to say that we really appreciate how birds enable plants to grow year after year. This seed feeder will not only be really quick and easy to put together, but you might even be able to make more than one. You'll only need pine cones, string, peanut butter, and birdseed in order to make this. If you don't have birdseed or you don't want to use it, you could use vegetable shortening or lard instead. I want my pine cone to be big enough to be able to support the weight of birds and fit quite a few seeds on there. I also want to make sure that it has an openness to it like this so that the birds can sort of perch on it while they eat. Once you've found a pine cone that you think will suit your needs, go ahead and bring it inside and let's make this feeder. Alright, so to start off our seed feeder, I'm gonna start with cutting a long length of thread that I'm gonna use to hang my pine cone on a tree. I'll tie a knot in the middle of this to create a loop. This will be what goes around the branch, and then I'm gonna tie another knot around the pine cone itself, like this. Then I just trim off those ends from the knot and I wrap the yarn loop around my pine cone a few more times because this helps it hang more securely and also hang straight up, like you see here. Next, I'm just gonna lay out some birdseed onto this onto this plate and begin to cover my pine cone in peanut butter. This is for all of the birdseed to stick to, so you're gonna see why we put it on a plate in just a second. So once your pine cone is all covered in peanut butter, you're gonna go ahead and just plop it onto your birdseed plate and start rolling it around, just like this. And then any spots that don't get covered with birdseed by doing this, you're just gonna go and mush some onto the peanut butter so that we have as much birdseed on this as possible. And once you've completed that, your birdseed feeder is done. You can go ahead and hang it on a tree. Here's what mine looked like. Alright, so you should now have your first feeder done, which is to say you have a pine cone coated in peanut butter and covered in birdseed. Yummy. It might not look appetizing to us, but I promise the birds are gonna love it. Your first feeder is complete and ready to hang on a tree, so let's start making the second feeder when you're ready. Okay, so the next bird feeder we make is going to be a hummingbird feeder with nectar inside, which is to say sugar water inside, which is perfect for attracting nectivores. Hummingbirds are a really fascinating type of bird with their long, pointed beaks that help them to slurp nectar up from flowers. Their ability to hover in place, which is something that no other birds possess. Since hummingbirds love to drink nectar from flowers, they spend a lot of time flying between them. And while they visit flower after flower, they also become a pollinator, which means that they help spread the pollen between flowers, which enables flowers to produce fruits which have seeds inside, and then those seeds grow new plants. Without pollination, plant life would completely die off. So the hummingbird's diet of sugar water, their attraction to the color red, and their ability to hover are all going to be really important in the construction of this hummingbird feeder. Okay, so to start with this, we need to make sugar water to go in our feeder. Use 1 part sugar and 4 parts water, so I used a 1/4 cup of sugar and a whole cup of water, and then put that over heat until the sugar dissolves. Make sure that an adult helps you use the stove. Here's what mine looked like when it was ready. Once you're done with that, you're going to need a hot glue gun, a recycled water bottle with a red cap, a yellow bendy straw, and a screwdriver and some yarn. So use your screwdriver to poke a hole in your cap. Mine was red to start with, but if yours isn't, you could just paint it red with some paint, and then use your screwdriver to make a hole. You want it to be big enough for your straw to stick through, so that's what I'm doing right now, just making my hole gradually bigger. And then go ahead and stick your straw through it. Next, we're gonna use some yarn to hang up our water bottle. So to do this, I just used 1 piece of thread and tied it around, and then another piece of yarn and knotted it the other side of the water bottle. I left the tails really long because you're gonna use those to create a loop above the water bottle that you use to hang it from the tree. Like this. Then you get out your hot glue gun. You're gonna glue the straw all around on the lid so that there's no holes that the sugar water can leak through. And then I also used some hot glue to secure my string on the feeder. Notice how I want the loop to be hanging from the bottom of the bottle because it needs to hang upside down. Once my sugar water is cooled, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my water bottle, put the cap on, and then hang it outside. You'll notice that at first some water will pour from the straw, and this is totally normal because that's just the vacuum sealing on the straw. So by now you should have been able to learn about and make 2 different kinds of bird feeder to attract 2 different kinds of birds to your backyard, porch, or balcony. I'm so excited to hang up my feeders in order to attract birds and watch them all summer long. While you're sitting there watching those birds, go ahead and give a shout at trying to identify them or learn some of their songs. So I hope you had lots of fun today and learned a little bit about why birds are so important to the natural world. If you're interested in seeing more birds in the wild, make sure you come check out the trails here at Matthaei. I can promise that this one is absolutely brimming with bird life. I hope that you come visit soon.